Young Lives vs Cancer is the charity that helps children and young people with cancer and their families find the strength to face cancer and everything it throws at them.
Hello, welcome to Jean's House. Jean's House is a home from home and it has 7 rooms with ensuite facilities where the families can stay as a family. We basically have Jean's House so that we can keep families together when their child has been diagnosed. Some families live a long way away. It stops them travelling backwards and forwards. Jean's House is important for the children, the young people and the families that stay with us because they can treat this as their base. They can use it as their own home. There's staff that are here for support for them. They're not far from the hospital. They know their social worker is nearby in the hospital.
A nice thing at Jean's House because my 3-year-old boy is receiving a treatment called immunochemotherapy. When I first got shown around, I was honestly in tears. I didn't even know that this place existed. In particular for me, it's meant that my baby's had a space to grow, and so he was able to be a baby and learn how to eat and do things like that without being constricted to the hospital floor or spending 3 hours a day making the round trip from home back to the hospital again. So I'm really grateful for that.
My son George was diagnosed with cancer in September and I have been, as has my wife, been staying here whilst my son receives treatment.
And what's it like being away from home for all that time?
Horrendous.
Sorry. Sorry, this is you yourself as well.
Yeah, it's been a pretty hard week this week, so it gives you reassurance that there's somewhere that you can come and have peace. I can bring my daughter down as well, so she's involved. But it also I can support my wife and vice versa. When she needs a break from the hospital, we take it in turns anyway, she can come and stay. And give herself a break because it is hard work. It is really hard work in the hospital, but without this place, I mean, it's a godsend. Without all of this here, yeah, it would have just been a nightmare. It's a nightmare anyway, but to do all that on your own would be nigh on impossible.
Our son was diagnosed at age 3 with leukemia because I had to give up my job both times when Harry became poorly, so we had to claim the disability living allowance, and the form is about that big, and I didn't have a clue. I looked at it and cried, but both times Young Lives vs Cancer has helped us with filling out the forms. I couldn't have done it on my own. Couldn't have done it. More recently, our social worker from Southampton, because Harry spent a lot of time in London, she would ring me like 2 or 3 times a week and just say, how are you? Do you need to talk? What's happening? What can I do? And it was just having her there made such a difference.
One of the main parts of my job is ensuring that families are accessing the appropriate benefits that they need. One of those is the disability living allowance, and the families get the form through, and it is a little bit soul destroying because it's a very, very big, complicated form which most parents after diagnosis are not in the right headspace to be able to fill out. So we do a lot of support to get that in place because it's really crucial for families' well-being that money, that's happening and that they get that money.
We support because we know what a difference Young Lives vs Cancer can make to families going through the hell that we went through.
My husband and I feel that the only way that we were able to support him, or have been able to support him with our full energy, is because there's this massive group of people behind us, including Young Lives vs Cancer and Jean's House, who give us a sense of normality and compassion so that we have the strength to help him through and heal from his cancer.
The charity does not receive any government funding, so can only provide the vital support of its home from home, Jean's House, and their fantastic team of social workers based at Southampton General Hospital, thanks to the kindness of their supporters. Thank you so much.